Hello all, welcome back to my videos. In today's video, I will try to display the available regions of AWS in a HTML page using Boto 3 and the Flask framework. To start with, let's import the required modules. So I will import Boto 3. I will also import two modules called Flask and render template which we will be using. So from Flask, import Flask comma render underscore template. Next, we are going to create the Flask app. So I will name it as my app equals Flask underscore underscore name underscore underscore, and then we will create the default root, that is at the rate my app sorry my app dot root. So this is the default root that I have created. Now below that we will create a definition, and let's create a definition called as display regions. And inside this, what I will do is I will use render template, okay, and I will render an index.html file. So I will type as a return render underscore template index.html. Okay, so I will run this app using if underscore underscore name underscore underscore equals underscore underscore main. Then let me run my app, that is my app dot run debug equals true. Okay, so now what I have done is that I've just created my basic Flask app. So I'm rendering the index.html file and I'm just running it over here. Now whatever I want to render or whatever I want to display in this index.html file, I need to extract it. So as I will be displaying the available regions, so I will be using Boto 3, and for Boto 2 and inside for using Boto 3 I will create a resource for EC2. So let me create a resource called as AV available region Boto 3 dot client and then EC2 here. Now to extract the available regions, I have to call a method called as describe regions. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to call that method called as describe region. So I will use AV region dot describe underscore regions. Okay, so this will give me a dictionary value which will have the available regions inside that. Okay, so to do that, what I will do is I will first loop in through the regions key. So let me use that region key over here, regions, right? So to loop through this region key, what I will do is I will use a for loop for reg name. It's just a variable in this. So for reg name, so I'm assigning the value of this particular key called as regions to this variable over here, that is reg name. So now once I get the value of regions over here, what I will do is from that value I will try to extract the values assigned to the key called as region name. So for that will create one more variable called as reg name underscore equals reg name and then the key name, that is called as region name. So this particular key contains the information about the region. So it basically contains the region names over there, and I am assigning it to a variable called as reg name over here. Now next thing what I will do is that I want to collect all these region names into a list. So if I go over here, I can create an empty list called as my reg names equals. So I'm creating this empty list over here. Okay, that is my reg names. Put it like this one. Okay, so if I put it this way, so now I want to collect all these region names into my empty list over here. Also, I want to make sure that when I am collecting this information, I do not have duplicate informations as well. So for that, what I will do is I will use a conditional set called if reg name underscore not in the list that I have my reg names, then append it. So my reg names dot append reg name underscore. Just I'm trying to make sure that I don't have any duplicate entries over here. So that's the reason I am doing this condition check. So this now looks good. So I will have now unique region names in this list called as my reg names. Now I need to pass this names to the index.html so that it can be displayed over there. So for that, what I will do is that I have rendered this template index.html and I will create one more variable over here. Let's say my region, my rego, and I will assign this list to this variable over here. So I will do a copy and a paste. So now, this variable has the values that will be displayed in this index.html. But in Flask does not accept the values or the data in the form of list. It has to be either dictionary, tuple, or strings. But my reg names is over here is a list, if you remember. So this is a list. So I will convert it into a tuple like so, and then I can pass these values to this variable over here, which we can use in the index.html index.html to list to to display the data. Okay, so now this looks good to me. Now we will go to index.html and we will display the data that is there in this particular variable one by one. So let's go to the index.html file. So this is my index.html file. Right now it's empty. Okay, So in this index.html, I will display all the values that are stored in this particular variable over here called as my rego. So I will copy it and let me paste it over here. Okay, now let me create this HTML file. Okay, and this is the variable that we have brought from the Python file. So for HTML, let me create an HTML file, HTML, and then body. Okay, and inside that, what I will do is that I will extract, or I will display the values or display the data that is stored in this particular variable. So now what to do that, what I have to do is that I have to write a small Jinja script. So I'll use a curly braces and a percentile and then use a for loop. Let me create a variable over here called as region list in this particular variable that we have passed from my Python file. So what this is going to do is that it will read one value at a time from this particular variable. Now I want to display it. For that, what I will do is I will use two opening curly braces and two closing curly braces and just mention the variable name over there. So just copy this and I will paste it over here. So looks good. And then I will close the for loop and for. So this looks pretty much good. So let's go ahead and run it to see what it does. So I'll go out and I will just run this script over here. Let's run it. Okay, it has started. Let me open this link. Oops. If you see over here, it displays all the available regions that we have in the AWS. So this looks a little bit uh, not so friendly, or the kind of orientation is not good. So what we will do is that I will make some changes in this HTML file. Um, let's say I will put something called as available available regions and then display it in a new line. Okay. Okay, the next thing what I can do is, let's say I want to create some kind of a drop down menu so that we can list all this availability regions in a drop down kind of thing. So what I will do is I will select the form element over here. Let me close this form element. Okay, so I've closed this form element, and inside that form element I will use select. Let me close this select element as well. So this looks fine. Now inside the select element, let me put this as option. Let me just put, check, correct the indentions. Okay. Okay. So let me put options over here. Option. this looks, I think that what this will do is that this will create a drop down list, and we can select the regions from there. So right now it was in this particular format, so I've changed the format, and I think let me put it in the center of the page. Center. Cut this one over here, put it over here. Okay, let me restart it. Restart my Python app, Flask app once again, and now let me refresh this page. Yeah, looks much better this time. So if you see over here, so I have the list of all the regions that are there for AWS. So I hope this video helped you learn how to display informations from Boto3 in Flask. So in my next video, we'll come up with some new interesting topics with Boto3. Till then, take care and have a great day. Bye bye.